Hey guys, and welcome! A lot of you were asking when my Things You Didn't Know video to update 1.0 will come, so here it is. And even though there are not so many things this time, the update still added some more nice details to the game that you should know about. So the first one are the new gestures that were added to the Comoros. When you hold the ping button during a match, which is Q on PC, LB on Xbox and L1 on PlayStation, you will bring up the Comoros. With this interface, you can request ammunition, give orders if you are the squad leader, or communicate with your team in a simple way. And before the update, this communication was only through voice lines, but now it also has gestures. So when you open the Comoros and say thank you, for example, your soldier will do a thumb up gesture. Unfortunately, there are no gestures for giving orders or requesting ammo or heals, but when you switch to the next page of the Comoros with F on PC or the melee button on controller, you have access to more command lines, and these are all attached to different gestures. And that doesn't only look great in first-person perspective, but also in third-person. I gotta be honest, I doubt that they are very useful during a match, but it's definitely a nice little detail they added here. What was also added, and I think that's something a lot of players didn't recognize, was the new 5x scope PSO-1M3. This is the one that is equipped on the new BSVM rifle by default, but it's not only available for this weapon. So if you like it, good news, it's also available for all assault rifles, for all sniper rifles, for the SVK, the VCAR and the GVT-4570. For some reason it's not available for the DM7 and I have no idea why, but maybe they just forgot it here and it will be added at a later time. But for all other weapons I mentioned, it can be found in the optics overview completely on the right. But it's not unlocked by default like it is for the BSVM. For the other weapons, you have to unlock it by doing 50 kills from a distance of 125 meters with the respective rifle. For the sniper rifles, this is surely not much of a problem, but for the assault rifles it could take a while. But I think it's worth it, especially when you like to play with the 6x scope at the moment, cause the huge advantage of the new 5x scope is that it has no scope glint, so you won't be seen from distance with it. The 6x scope on the other hand does have the glint. So this might be interesting for players with love for long-range shots or higher zoom scopes. What was also changed, and this time it's a gadget, is the Insertion beacon, because there were a lot of complaints about the small size of the beacon and that it's also too quiet compared to former titles of the franchise. So what DICE did was they mounted the beacon on a tripod to make it look bigger and make it more visible and harder to hide. In addition, it also makes a slightly louder noise than before, but it's still very quiet compared to former titles. The functionality is of course still the same. You place it, your teammates spawn on it, and you only need to place a new one when you spawned on it yourself or it was destroyed. You can also still pick it up again and resupply it at Angel's loadout crate. The only thing that differs now is the size. Plus, the beacon can take a little more damage now, so it's a bit harder to destroy than before, which was probably made to balance the size changes a bit. Iris Shootdown Sentinel went through the same makeover and also has a tripod now, so it's easier to spot than before. Another gadget that was slightly changed is the Soflam, but here it's not the gadget itself, but the icon and the color scheme of it. So in case you were wondering what these yellow squares with the plus inside meant, these are vehicles that were designated with the Soflam, and when you carry a recoilless M5 or an XML missile launcher with you, or you are in a vehicle with a similar rocket launcher, you can simply lock on to the yellow square and fire. This will make your rocket find its way to the marked vehicle automatically. If you are the user of the Soflam, it's now also easier and much clearer to see what vehicle you designate and how long it takes until your teammates can log onto it. Plus, when a vehicle that you marked gets destroyed, you will now also get spotting assists similar to Casper's drone. If you want to know more about the Soflam and how to use it, be sure to check out the full video I did to this topic as well. Another game mechanic that was optimized for better team play are the revive pings, cause when you request a revive now, not only your icon will change and will be more visible, but there will also be a sound played for everyone around you who would be able to revive you. Come help me up! So all Falk and Angel players probably heard the sound a lot in the last days, while all others might have recognized it only every now and again when one of your squaddies died. It signalizes that a teammate or a squadmate around you requests a revive and is waiting for it. If you are the one downed and you want to request a revive to make yourself more visible, just press E on PC, X on Xbox or Square on PlayStation. Then the sound will play once. If you press the button again, the sound will be much shorter and less loud, so it's not getting annoying for other players if someone spams the request button.
I need help!
When you are the one reviving, you can also ping the player and tell them that you are coming. This is not new, but something I barely see anyone using. So when you want to tell a player that you will come for the revive, just point your crosshair at the downed teammate and then press the spotting button to ping them. This is Q on PC, LB on Xbox or L1 on PlayStation. Then the player gets highlighted for you, which makes them more visible, and the downed player themselves will get a notification that a medic is incoming. Another very helpful mechanic that was just added to the game with the last update is the ability to reload your weapon while vaulting over low objects. This was not possible before and was really annoying when you tried to get away from a fight and reload, but your soldier stopped the reload because of a low obstacle. Now your soldier will keep reloading while you can vault over objects that only require one hand for vaulting. For obstacles that require both hands, the reload will still be cancelled, but that's a lot less than before. So the whole mechanic is much more fluent and smooth now and not as annoying as it was before. And that's the same with the new ladder mechanic, because you can now simply release the ladder that you are climbing by pressing the crouch button. Before, you could only get off a ladder by pressing the jump button, and that meant you were jumping into the direction you were looking at. But by pressing the crouch button, your soldier just releases the ladder and falls down, and you can also fire your weapon straight away, which is definitely helpful when you are climbing a ladder and there's an enemy coming around the corner. And for the last new mechanic, I'm not sure if it's really helpful or not, but it's new, so it belongs here. You can now crawl under certain obstacles or even vehicles if they have enough space for your soldier to fit in. I tried that for the LATV transport vehicle and the trucks on Kaleidoscope, and it worked for both. I also know that before the update it was not possible, because I also tried it many times before, but with no success. Now you can crawl under these vehicles, but only if you find the right spot. So for the LATV, for example, this only works from the back of the vehicle, but not from the side. And for the trucks, it only works from the side at the one spot where the truck has a bit more space to the ground, but not from the back. There are surely a lot more objects that you can use to hide now, but these two were the ones I found so far. And at the end, it's my sad duty to inform you that the end of round quotes are not with us anymore.
Are you really surprised?
Yeah, I mean, there's no Angel did it again anymore. No, I am as shocked as you, or whatever else the other ones came up with. The end of round quips have been removed with the last update as well, and now we only have silent specialists left. But like our beloved friend Angel used to say,
Don't be sad. This is just how it works out sometimes.
And I know this loss is hard to take, so to comfort your pain a little bit, feel free to share your favorite end of round quote with us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm the Catwoman, and you are
Spectacular.